is the meter channel in North Massachusetts, 24 degrees at 8 a.m. Good morning, everybody. It's 7 a.m. in the morning news. And the stories of Wednesday, March 18th, 2026. Good morning, y'all. This lovely Wednesday morning, March 18th, 2026. It's 24 degrees at 8 a.m. Here are the nines. Top story at 8 is U.S. unleashes powerful bombs on Iran's missile sites as Tehran vows retaliation for security. Juliana Stratton wins Illinois Democratic Senate primary race. John Dune tackles big success yet as Senate launches Save Act debate. Ramat Gan, couple in their 70s killed by Iranian cluster missile. Boston St. Patrick's Day parade goes borgless, sees uptick in arrests from previous year. 3 Boston office buildings to be converted in residential units, BBJ reports. Boston Business Journal reports. CBS Evening News. Viewership drops below 4 million after Tony Tokopopo's colorful start. FDA links March cheese outbreak makers 100% disagree, refuse recall. U.S. wants travelers exercise increased caution in this popular carrier and media nation. City of Attleboro plans to make Cameron Park Zoo a wildlife rehabilitation center. Somerville woman comes face to face with a man who kicked down her door. DHS has a nearly $1 billion plan to get immigrants to self-deport. 72,000 people have signed up. U.S. says that Republic is an acceptable national security risk. South Korean stock surged more than 5% Wednesday as a semiconductor rally boosted by the ongoing U.S. chip grant, NVIDIA's Global Artificial Intelligence Conference. Taiwan changes Korea to South Korea immigration system in potential for Seoul's labeling of it as China. IAEA projectile strikes premises of Iran's Bashir nuclear power plant. Police killed gunman after one wounded at a World Georgia VA clinic. Random is not the World Cup, but the town this summer will be hosting a state rugby tournament that is expected to draw hundreds of players. Foxborough, the World Cup will be coming to town after all. Foxborough Select Board approves license for World Cup games. Boston, 18th century military gold reenactors and turquoise filled the pews at one of the nation's oldest Catholic churches on Tuesday. 2 Massachusetts brothers have built a fleet miniature Irish pubs and wheels. They told the miniature bars in backyards, weddings, and neighbors. Tomorrow State taught representatives weighed in on police chief controversy. Candidate for Taunton DPW head withdraws after iron process clash. Canton Library hosts folk singer Sean Morrison now. Principal Kevin McCaskill plans to transform Brockton High School. Environmental concerns dominate Plymouth zone in Iridon 40B condos. Quincy Council continues discussion at $2.6 million for new firefighter gear. And take a look at stocks now, up 46.85 and 46.93.26. S&P 500 up 60.71 and 6760.09, and Nasdaq up 105.35 and 22.79.53. Time now for sports. Last night, Boston Bruins fall to the Montreal Canadiens in Montreal in overtime 3-2, and it was World Baseball Classic Championship. It was beaten the United States 3-2. In men's college basketball, it is Liberty 77, George Mason 71, Howard 86, UMBC 83, Wichita 74, Wyman 70, UNC Wilmington 68, Yale 67, Oklahoma State 84, Davidson 80, Tulsa 89, Stephen F. Austin 84, Texas 68, North Carolina State 66, Seattle 67, St. Mary's 52, Auburn 78, USA 67, and UNLV 75, UC Irvine 72. NBA action. Shit. All in all, it's 136, Miami Heat 106, OKC Thunder 113, Orlando Magic 108, Detroit Pistons 130, Washington Wizards 117, New York Knicks 136, yeah, Pacers 110, Cleveland Cavaliers 123, Milwaukee Bucks 116, and Minnesota Timberwolves 116, Phoenix Suns 104, Denver Nuggets 124, Philadelphia 7696, and San Antonio Spurs 132, Sacramento Kings 104, and NHL action, New York Islanders 3, Toronto Maple Leafs 1, Columbus Dragons 5, Colorado Hurricanes 1, Minnesota Wild 4, Chicago Blackhawks 3, the North Island, Nashville Predators 4, that Winnipeg Jets 3, the shootout, Edmonton Oilers 3, 5, it's San Jose Sharks 3, and Vancouver Canucks 5, Florida Panthers 2, Buffalo Sabres 2, Vegas Canucks 7, and Tampa Bay Lightning 6, Seattle Kraken 2. Major League Baseball, it's a Boston Red Sox 50-11 Braves 4-3, Yankees 3, Tampa Bay Rays 2, Santa Barbara 9, Seattle Mariners 6, Cleveland Cavaliers, Cleveland Indians 8, Cincinnati Reds 6, and LA Dodgers 10, Kansas City Royals 4. WNBA, you to reach verbal agreement on new CBA. Mark saves day, save six, and then the first round. U.S. cements another WBC loss at start offense last. Banners on Jules USA to capture first WBC title. Trucks driver Park for Mark Indy car racer. However, check last possible first 30 win. And next reality TV star Holmes repeats and trying to win, and Crosby was limited with 6 straight. And tonight, Boston Celtics be taking on the Golden State Warriors tonight, 7 o'clock at the Garden. And now, look at the traffic watch at 8:06 on this Wednesday morning. Baby! MBT Fitchburg I trade for 7:15 a.m. from Rochester Sorry 5 for the minutes between Fitchburg and North Station. Greenwich Line trade 1057, 705 a.m. from substations operate 30 minutes between Weymouth, Flint, and East Braintree and Greenwich to the unruly passenger. Farmers Line trade 813, 630 a.m. from substations operate 5 minutes between Attleboro and Whitford Junction. $95 on the southbound side. It's back to between Protected out of Providence away Route 146, Route 146, a little bit over between Route 15 and North Providence out of Route 95. 95 northbound side. It's back to around Route 37 and walk all the way down the Providence stretch. 195 westbound side. A little bit over between Seacow Washington Bridge. 185 is back between 95 Washington Bridge. 295 northbound also Route 7 in Smithfield stretch. 95 northbound side is back to Route 3. 295 and up and down Route 45 in Mansfield. Route 13 westbound side. A little bit around the Jamestown Bridge area. Route 195, eastbound side, a little bit so before Route 140, New Bedford. Port Bridge to the southbound side, a little bit so, and New Bedford eastbound side, a little bit so, and 20, Route 60 eastbound also on the Hardwick stretch, and 95 northbound side, is back to Route 1 in Cheddar to the Route 128 Canton stretch, 24, slow around Route 123 to Buckton, and a little bit so around Route 139, Red Off, Route 3 on the northbound side, a little bit so to Breakthrough Split, 120 is back between Red Off on the down to Breakthrough Split. South Expressway, and the northbound side, it's back between Breakthrough Split down at Dorchester, 7 Expressway, the Florida Dorchester stretch, back west a little bit so lower point to that, South Boston, 93, south and back between North side of Boston, 120 at the northbound side, back between PBD stretch, 128 south and a little story between Red and Old and down, Lexington, and 128 at the northbound side, back between Red and Old and down to Dedham, Pike eastbound, back between Route 9, Fairmont, and on, and then the Fruit Tunnel, Pike westbound side, the little story, lower up and down at South Boston, Route 185, northbound side, is back between Milford over and down to Route 9 and Wellesley. In Westport, Route 485, stop at the back street, Longfellow and Hanover, 485, stop at the back street, Tewksbury and Acton, Route 485, northbound Olbus, Route 3 in Burlington, Route B, stop at the back between Tingsboro and Adam, Billwick and Slow Run, Route 128 in Burlington, Route 20, eastbound Olbus, Route 146, Route 9 in Worcester, Route 190, stop at Olbus, 290 in Shrewsbury, 291, 91 northbound side, a little bit around Route 57 in Agawam, 84 eastbound side, double slope Route 91, Harvard, Connecticut, 91, southbound Olson, I-84, Harvard, Connecticut, and 84, eastbound Olson, Denver stretch, American Parkway, also red, Bridgeport at Stanford, 95, southbound Olson, Bridgeport at Stanford, and Everton back a little bit to red, the Manchester, New Hampshire area. And now, look at the weather scene at 8:09. Today's going to be a sunny and a chilly day on tap. As Kendall River flood warning along the Texas River at Crimson as river levels have slowly receded below flood stage otherwise. No other significant changes were made. Quiet weather prevails today and Thursday with a slowly moderated temperature and mostly clear to partner conditions. And settled weather for the weekend and early next week with a periodic change of showers. Quiet weather prevails today and Thursday with slowly moderated temperatures and mostly clear to partner conditions of equivalent weather expected today. And then Thursday as well, broad area of high pressure over the central Appalachians progress northward to 7 to into the favor times by tonight and rain in place at the most of the Thursday too as air mass remains unseasonably cold by mid-March standards, although gradually modified each day with 925 millibar temperatures warming around 3, 6 to 8 Celsius below today. It's continued with warmer around 1 below to 3 below Celsius and dry weather prevails with mostly sunny to partner skies. Conditions as a stream of mid-level clouds moves in and will start up by Thursday. The most clear sky says, well, but will increase the clouds west and east and ever. Probably to both Wednesday and Thursday is a potential for weak onshore flow, local sea breeze to develop, given a weak pressure gradient and high pressure part to our south and east destination top out to the mid-upper 30s, about 10 degrees below normal, but as close to the mid-40s for Thursday, still below normal, but less so. Cloud cover then starts to increase into the afternoon of the week. Clipper system passed around north late Thursday night into early Friday morning. Deep moisture is elected into the Clipper system at Model Center is somewhat at the end of the wind is moisture there. It looks to be more from cloud cover than visible precipitation overall. Mostly cloudy Thursday night, but generally dry. Unsettled weather for the weekend and early next week with periodic chance of showers. The conditions will be really dry for the Raven and Friday with further warmer the temperatures likely rise to the 40s and low 50s. The weather pattern leans unsettled the weekend as a result of a series of shortwave trails moving throughout the flow a lot, bringing a periodic chance of the showers. First shot of the showers overnight Friday and early Saturday. Time of the waves become lower, coming to 7th night, but there'll be enough remaining showers possible Saturday night. Shower coverage will be more scattered given limited moisture, force and moisture. Higher moisture pushes in Sunday ahead of a moisture system being supports some more widespread showers Sunday night and Monday. Temperatures are more likely to range around slightly above normal, Saturday night before these low 50s, and some candidates have warmer higher, given warmer temperatures aloft. However, cloud cover might limit heating that Sunday turns a little warmer overall, but it's only the 50s the most. Okay, forecast goes like this. Sun sky for today, 30 degrees will be high. Winds in northwest wind, 3 to 5 miles an hour for tonight. Forecast going to 21 degrees, light south wind for first day. Sun sky about 41 to 3 degrees, calm and given southeast wind 5 to 7 miles an hour in the afternoon. Friday, most of the sun sky about 53 to low 36 degrees, and calm wind given southwest wind 5 to 7 miles an hour in the afternoon. Saturday will be just rain before 3 p.m. Mostly cloudy skies about 53 low 37 degrees. Southward wind about 7 to 10 miles an hour, size 21 miles an hour, chance of is 50%. Sunday, chance of rain, mostly clouds coming 57 low 34 degrees, and southwest about 7 to 10 miles an hour, size 30 miles an hour, chance of is 35%. Monday, it'll be set skies about 45 low 25 degrees. Northward about 5 to 10 miles an hour, size 21 miles an hour. For Tuesday, set skies about 44 degrees. Northward about 6 to 8 miles an hour coming southwest in the afternoon. Right now, temperature is standard at 26 degrees of fair skies. And that's going to be it for our border report on this March 13th, 2026 on March 18th, 2026 on Wednesday morning at Peter J. We say have a good morning, goodbye, dude. Stay safe, be well, be well. Have a good day, and a good morning.